Moving on, though, for the most part, now we're back from the commercial break. I wanted to get into what animes are coming back you guys are looking forward to.
Ooh, coming back.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, this month, so much has come back. Mob Psycho came back, so I'm excited to check that out when I get the chance.
Yeah.
My Hero came back. I'm gonna wait for a few more episodes of that to like stack, so I could just binge it.
So where did we last leave with My Hero?
The last thing I saw was the villain arc where
All the villains got their power ups.
yeah.
It was My Villain Academia, right? Yeah.
That was the last thing I saw.
Because they went I think all them individually went through their own little training arc, and their powers.
They all
progressed.
Yeah, so they laid a trap for him, like this other side villain group.
Anti-hero. Or they're
for
kind of
him.
like anti-heroes.
Yeah, kind of. But they laid a trap for the villains, and the villains just kind of essentially Goku'd and like leveled up
Yeah.
while they were being trapped.
With fucking Twice getting like the most OP power.
Dude, bro, Twice, they literally written Twice. I'm like, hey, you can be everybody and clone yourself infinite times. So you want to be like a million Dobbies and just roast a whole continent of people? You can definitely do that Twice. No upper limit to how much he can't do it. Yeah, they're weaker, but he doesn't have a limit to how much he can do that stuff, man. And that's what's super crazy about it. Yeah, man, it's freaking insane.
Yeah, Toga's power was OP. Now she's able to use everyone's power that she copies. But then in comes Twice. It's like, that's cute. What's this?
No, but Toga also has the added benefit that she is very stealthy and very good at infiltrating. And I feel like for her to be able to do that, she want to frame certain heroes, certain people for a tragedy or for a crime. She can definitely do that.
If her horniness doesn't get her in first.
Yeah.
What?
Toga.
Oh.
My Hero.
Oh.
Yeah. So we got My Hero coming back. Mob Psycho is back for season 3, which we waited for a long time for.
Yeah.
Nice to see that the animation studio that did the previous seasons coming back doing it again, because we don't want a repeat of One Punch Man and how shitty that transition was. And so,
I don't hate One Punch Man season 2 as much as everyone does.
just the way it looks.
It does look bad.
It always looks. Yeah.
It was a. The thing of it is that it was a very action-heavy season, like in the manga.
So they had to take like shortcuts.
So
But here's the weird thing.
If the studios had flip-flopped, right? Like if it was the studio that handled season 2 handled season 1, and then the studio that handled season 1 did season 2, I'd be like, this was perfect casting. The problem is that's not how it happened.
But the Garo fight was okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they should.
It has its
What do you mean
moment.
by the girl fight where he just like knocks him out?
No, so the Garo fight when he fought all the 12, was it 12? No, it was, how many heroes was it? It was like
There's
at least
a lot, but they're like Class B heroes.
There were like
Class A.
there's Class A heroes, because like I know Bamboo Stick Spearman, he was like one of the badass ones who was holding it down for the sea monsters for a little bit, and everybody else, like even the Frog Dude, like they're no joke. They can still fight Tiger level. Maybe was it Tiger, Demon, Dragon, and God? Right?
But they didn't think. They definitely didn't think it was God.
Dragon's the highest one. No, God's the highest one.
Well, God hasn't been shown
Done,
up
but
yet.
Dragon's the highest one now.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, it's been done in the manga because that's where I'm at. Right?
I was saying I'm in the manga as well. But with Mob Psycho coming back, I hope for a good story. Have you guys watched the first couple episodes? You can kind of give without spoiling what's going on so far.
For which one?
Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho?
Yeah.
I saw him. I saw both episodes, and honestly, I don't remember what the fuck happened.
So here's my most relatable thing that so Mob Psycho is this awkward weird kid. And I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
yeah. I remember.
Oh,
what's
you
going on.
remember? He's
No,
been
I
that for
remember.
2 seasons.
Yeah, he's kind of not growing.
It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah, now it's coming back to me.
I mean,
Yeah,
the cool thing
he's-
is that we see him progress as like a social person. He has way more friends.
Well,
now.
that was my most favorite moment of the new season. Where it's like, so he's obviously socially awkward, and then so he has this random day, and he talks to 3 girls in the same day, and he's like, "Oh, I'm popular," and I was like, I remember that moment. as being a junior high school, where it's just like, "Oh, I'm just this dude." playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then randomly it's just like, oh, dude, I talked to 3 girls today.
And that was the last time we saw Mark in high school.
And just knowing his backstory from the first 2 seasons, I mean, like that he's come a long way. Because does he get better with his physical fitness at all?
I don't know. I never read the manga.
Because he went, well, that's in season 2, but he goes from finishing 4th worst in a marathon to like top 30.
Really? Dude, all right, so I love stuff like that, man. Like, it's, again, like, so with Chainsaw Man, is that main character having like very humble aspirations?
No, there's nothing humble about Chainsaw Man.
I mean, not humble. I mean, like, he wants to live a good life and see a boob.
Nope. Chainsaw Man is like boobs.
Boobs, but also food.
boobs.
But I know,
boobs.
But that was the whole thing about Chainsaw Man. And like, I literally saw this whole video essay about Chainsaw Man versus Tanjiro So Tanjiro is a classic protagonist where he's like, I'm doing this for my family. Like, his whole motivation is like, I want to keep my sister alive.
Yeah.
Well, no. Tanjiro's noble and humble. Chainsaw Man is selfish,
Yeah.
but also still humble. Like, he doesn't want to bang every girl that he kind of does, but that's not what he aspires for. He just wants the one. Like, that's what he wants, the one.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we all want, right? We all want the one great love, the one great set of tits? Like,
no more, no less, just the one.
Just the one.
No, and so the cool thing about Mob Psycho is that it's nice seeing this kid who is like a really genuinely innocent, carefree. He loves the guy that he works for. He loves his friends. He's a girl that he likes. He wants to talk to. He cares about his physical fitness, and he's all in these social clubs. He's meeting these people, and he's getting better. He has a better relationship with his brother now. Like, it's a very wholesome show that also is supernatural. And so it's nice seeing, and I have like high expectation for season 3 to see where it'll end up being, because I think he's fought most of like the heavier bosses and creatures that we could possibly put up against him, like Mob. So like he fought.
No.
I don't know. Is there gonna be like any crazy ghost people or ghosts?
I feel like Mob at the point in like season 2 was just like, all right, like this is what I got, because it's okay for it to escalate. If it doesn't escalate, I'm okay with that either too.
Yeah, because he would get broken abilities. Like, between giving his power and it going like to 1,000% with his master, or he fought the owner or the CEO of that one building, and that owner was like busted, and I think he had to go Super Saiyan. He get mad over. I think he thought his brother died or something like
that. They had similar powers, is what it came down.
Yeah, they had similar powers.
But at the end of it, Mob defeated him, and I don't know where it's gonna go. I mean, if you're in the manga, you may know, but it was just like, oh, I have similar powers. He has similar powers. But at the end of the day, I just want to chill and get better at other shit.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they made it more slice of life this season, honestly. What else is coming back besides Mob Psycho?
Bleach came back.
Bleach.
Its final arc from the manga. So I never, full disclosure, and I'm gonna get probably some hate for this, I dropped out of the Bleach anime after like the Soul Society arc.
Around where everybody did. Let's be honest.
When the bounce showed up, I was like, these guys bounce, I'm bounce. Like, I'm out.
Really?
So it was still in my periphery. Mm-hmm. Like, I still was privy to like the new shit. Like, and I checked out some of the Arankar episodes when they went to Hueco Mundo and everything. But I was kind of just like checked out. Like, it was background noise for the most part for me.
And a lot of people have that critique about Bleach, how like it devolved into like a lot of fights. The fights are cool.
The fights are
it's
cool.
Not just
the thing is
the manga,
that like
the art took a really big hit.
Where
people started noticing the backgrounds are nothing. There's nothing in the background.
Yeah.
Was it to cut? Was it kind of cut corners on production? Not production, but to get them out quicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's part of it. It's also a situation where it's like Jise Kubo had kind of always wanted to be a mangaka. He always like wanted to write a manga. So it's a situation where it's like this dude who's always wanted to like tell a great story has been sitting on his great story and planning it and writing it and dreaming it. And so he finally got the chance to tell it. And then they were like, it's a hit. We want more.
Okay.
And he was like, I kind of told my great story. So one of the critiques is that like it's kind of just treading the same ground. Like the Soul Society arc was like Rukia, who is
got kidnapped.
Kidnapped and is taken to like this other world, and Ichigo has to go over to this other world and save her. And then after the bounce, it's like we're going to Weko Mundo because Orihime got kidnapped, and we have to go to this other world and save. So it's kind of doing that, spinning that same wheel again a little bit.
And what was cool about the Soul Society arc is that it evolved into having a little bit of a conspiracy plot,
right?
Which because it was not as simple as like, oh, we got to go rescue somebody and go get them back. It's like, okay, there's some shady shit going on behind the scenes. Like Rukia shouldn't be the one getting executed. Like, what's all this nonsense going on with this? And so with that, we get to see Ichigo go through his training arc. He goes a lot of training arcs. We get to see some other people's abilities. We get to find out more about.
Becomes his own Mary Sue.
Jesus, dude, yeah. And it was good. And I'm with you after this because I grew up on Toonami. I think a lot of us grew up on Adult Swim and Toonami.
All of us did.
Yeah, all of us did. And I didn't have access to Crunchyroll when I was a kid. And so me trying to get back into this, I'm like, I'm nostalgic a little bit just because I was able to watch cool fight scenes as a kid. But like plot-wise, I can't keep up because now we're dealing with the Hollow Mask and these other Arankar and their different ranks and abilities, and they have because of Aizen and they want to do certain things, and it just got confusing for me. And once they make that little fake city whatever, and they're fighting like the dude who can decay shit, and everybody's throwing their superpowers out, everybody's like ulting all at once. Everybody's ulting, and they fight each other. I just got lost. Like I'm like, it's always a character comes in for a save. This other group comes in for a save. His dad comes in for a save. The master comes in for a save. It's like, all right, well, at this point, I don't care what's going on. And so, with this new season, continuing what the manga's going at, I hear that something happens to Ichigo to where he can't be the main character that he used to be, and it's about him trying to get something he lost back.
That was the last season of the anime before this came back.
Okay.
He lost his powers, so he couldn't be a Soul Reaper anymore.
Yeah.
But here in this season, it's after that. It's a, I don't want to say it's a good jumping on point because it's kind of a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood situation where it's like it kind of expects you to know some shit beforehand. Like, it kind of expects you to already know that like what the Soul Society is, what Soul Reapers are, what a Bankai is. Like you should already know this before you jump in.
I was hoping they're gonna do like an episode 0 type deal, like maybe like an hour special of kind of brushing up.
In the intro, they do kind of show.
They do explain a little bit of it. Yeah,
but it's not. It's not. If you don't follow the show, you're probably
it's
like
you're completely lost. Yeah.
I'm
asking you.
Do think you could probably jump in. You could probably watch like the Soul Society arc and then maybe get like a quick summary of some of the other stuff that happened, like with Weko Mundo and the Arankar.
Yeah.
And then jump into this. Like you don't need to watch everything. You don't need to read everything. But if you want to jump into this to get a feel for it, because for not the first time, because the bounce also weren't anything. Like they weren't hollows and they weren't other Soul Reapers.
Just there.
Yeah. It's another situation like that where it's like we're not fighting Soul Reapers and we're not fighting hollows. We're fighting a new enemy. And so that kind of makes it seem like it would be a nice jumping on point, but it's really not.
Okay. So I guess my strategy would be is that I might do the whole anime list. I might go to animelist.com. I'm like, I know not every single fight scene is filler, but I got to get to the point. Like, I don't care. Like, I might do like, okay.
So that's what I'm liking about this. This final arc season is that, granted, I don't know how long the actual arc is. I never read the manga, but I remember watching like, Bleach season 1 and being like, man, some of this kind of drags a little bit. Like some of this is going kind of really slow. Whereas watching this, it's like episode
straight to
one.
the point.
Yeah,
Yeah, very
straight to
episode
the
one
point.
is like these new cats showed up and they challenge Ichigo. Episode one.
They don't just
Yeah.
challenge Ichigo. They straight up challenge.
No,
the,
that's the other thing. Like you see the Ichigo's the focus, so
Yeah.
you see them challenge Ichigo, and then like the episode ends, and it's like, by the way, we also slapped Soul Society while we were hanging out with Ichigo. We decked several captains, like
Like all the big captains?
not the big
No,
captains,
okay,
but they
but
decked out a whole squad.
they
Like the
killed-
squad one
Okay.
that's supposed to guard like the head captain.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, since he's the head captain, he's like, I'm here. Like, what the fuck do I need protection?
Yeah.
So he doesn't have. He's got jobbers like guarding him.
Okay.
He doesn't have the best squad. He doesn't have like the highest ranking captains guarding
Got
him.
some average everyday dudes. You just
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
think, okay.
But while they were fighting Ichigo and challenging Ichigo, they're like, yeah, we sent some dudes over to challenge the head captain as well.
Okay.
And yeah, like every
They
episode
managed
so
to-
far, it's
they
been like
managed
it's
to-
popping off. It's popping off.
They managed to whoop the shit out of his lieutenant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stab him to a wall and shit.
I appreciate nowadays. So I've seen the difference in how anime studios realize like we can't drag. Maybe One Piece will kind of sometimes drag, but they realize that we can't drag these animes out. Like we got to get to the point. There's so many animes out right there. I think the average anime when a new series comes out or a new season comes out, it's like you get a 8 to 10, maybe a 12 episodes. Done. We can't keep doing like, oh, we're gonna have a whole fat ass arc and it's gonna be like 200 episodes. Like, no, we can't keep doing that. Like, it's too much filler. It's too many arcs. There's a lot of standing around, a lot of dragged out fight scenes. Not every quality is gonna be good. Just take the budget, get to the point. Let us move on from there. Because I know for me, I'll try to get back into this. I won't start on this new season, but I will try to maybe watch the important plot development episodes, pick up where they were fighting in the city, kind of read or watch some YouTube video essays about like, oh, here's the point of all this. Because I heard that season when he lost his powers, they had a lot of character building where
yeah.
there were some cool villains that attacked him on the personal level. And we got a lot more Orihime and Chad. And like actually Chad was actually one of my favorite characters when I was a kid. But it just sucked that we got so focused on power scaling and upping his abilities to where like, oh yeah, punchy dude, he just gets wrecked. He gets wrecked every day, every single fight. And I'm hoping, I know you can't balance it. Like I know everybody can't. It's gonna be like Dragon Ball. Like of course you can't expect Tien and Yamcha to come out of nowhere and be like, yeah, we can also keep up with Beerus. Like no, that's not gonna happen. You know. So I'm hoping with this latest season that it's good. I just hope it's good.
There is a point that spoilers for this point. There's these two, I guess, jobbers you call them. The one that bothers Ichigo, and then there's another one that shows up. The one that bothers Ichigo, he successfully fails his mission.
His mission was just to like keep
Yeah, just
Ichigo
keep him-
from going to the Soul Society.
Oh,
Keep him
seriously?
busy.
Keep him busy.
Just
Okay.
distract him.
And so he goes back and he's like on his knees and shit. There's this cocky guy coming in here, also looking like a jobber. And I see these two. I'm like, oh man, we're gonna have fucking like 10 episodes of these assholes doing nothing, aren't we? First thing that happens, the head honcho, the main villain's like, you know what? Fuck you. You're talking too much. Off with your legs. Off with your arms.
Jeez.
And fucking stand up, will you? Because don't look at me while you're lying down. Get up, because I don't like when people look at me while you're lying down. This dude has no arms, no legs, bleeding all over his floor. It's like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Jeez.
And then he says something he doesn't like. Fucking awesome, right there. Just no, fuck you.
And he's
you-
like the new big bads.
And then
Okay.
like you, what would you do? Well shit, I didn't really do much. All right, you're dead
Okay,
too.
back.
Like, all right, cool. I like this guy now.
Is there anything else coming back you guys are looking forward to? I couldn't outside of those three, I can't remember.
Urusei Yatsura. Urusei Yatsura I want to check out.
Very, very old anime
Yeah.
from the 80s. Probably the first big love anime. maybe?
Probably, yeah. It's so it's the same
People-
creator as Ranma.
People will know
Yeah.
will know it as the girl with the tiger print bikini.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a big hit in the 80s, and it came back. Like they're giving it the Brotherhood treatment because the anime was its own thing. Even famously, the second movie. So they made like 4 movies of Urusei Yatsura, like in the late 80s, early 90s. And the second movie, I want to say, I don't think it was Satoshi Kon, but I think it was the director of Akira.
Okay.
It was one of them too. I keep getting them mixed up. Or no, it actually might have been Ghost in the Shell. But it was a big. He became a big time anime director. He took the second movie and made it his own thing.
Really?
Like, yeah, and everyone who has just seen like the movies loves part 2. And even the creator is like, I like part 2 as a standalone movie. I don't like that it's Urusei Yatsura because it's not my creation. It's
Okay.
not my thing.
Okay.
This is something that took the skin of my thing and is wearing it, and it's really good, but it's
not what I
yeah.
Okay.
So this is following more closely the manga, where it's like we're just gonna tell the story that the manga offered because the anime went off on tangents and did its own thing and blah blah blah. So we're just following the manga, and it looks good. Like, I never watched Urusei Yatsura, but it has sort of the same kind of vibe as Ranma. So one of the big things about Ranma that doesn't get really discussed a whole lot is that
How do you spell it?
Ranma or Urusei,
Yeah.
Ursei, damn, I can't spell out loud.
Urusei?
Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
You got it?
There.
Yeah, I found it. So this it?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. That's Lum. That's the main
The main
character's
girl.
name.
So the dragon bikini girl?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Tiger Bikini.
Tiger girl bikini.
But
Okay.
one of the big things about Ranma and a half that doesn't really get discussed a whole lot, especially here in the West, is that it was kind of a social commentary about gender discrepancies. Like,
Really?
Yeah, because Japan was very much traditionalist and where like man work, man in charge, man blah blah blah, and women were essentially second class citizens. And Ranma, when the story starts out, is very pig-headed and very much like machismo, kind of like,
Stereotypical men.
yeah. And since he's got this curse where he turns into a girl, it's a commentary on that because he's always like, I'm a dude. I'm supposed to be manly, man all the time, but water touches me and I become a girl.
Not just any water. Cold water.
Cold water.
Cold
So like
And hot
literally,
water.
so like it's like the Wizard of Oz. Like he touches water and all of a sudden
no,
he just
cold water.
Cold water.
It has to be cold.
Specifically
It has to be
water.
cold
Yeah.
water.
Wait,
Hot
what?
water changes him back.
What degrees?
That's so you can't think too hard about
Okay.
it.
Yeah, it's just,
It's
'Cause, like-
enough to get him to be like, "Urgh."
I mean, like you could throw some tap
He
water on
can't
me.
go to the beach like as a dude. He
Yeah.
always has to go in a bikini.
Yeah.
like because the water's gonna be cold. Like,
Yeah. But like tap water would like fuck me up. Yeah, because like if he can't drink cold water, he just got to drink hot water first in life.
No, you can drink cold water. You just can't get splashed with it.
So if it like drops on his like his chin, is he like
Like
fucked
nothing. I think it has to like.
It has to be like
submerged?
Yeah.
it has to
yeah,
be a
so
significant
don't,
amount.
Don't think too hard about
All right.
it.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
just-
it's really one of
Every
those that
time-
where
every time they show it, it's
don't
always
think too
like an
much of it.
absurd amount of water.
yeah, it's
on
like
them.
like a bucket at least or something.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know. I put a lot of thought into my
But,
shows that I watch.
No,
His
you're not
dad-
the only
his-
one.
His dad turns to a panda. By the
Yeah.
way.
What?
Yeah.
So I've talked about it before, but his dad and him are both martial artists, and they heard about this place called Yusenkyo, which if you train there, it's like instant Goku. Like
Are you serious?
supposedly,
Instant
like,
Goku?
instant Goku. Like it's supposed to be one of the best places to train as a martial artist. Like if you want to be the best of the best, you got to train there. The reason that it's like that is because it's a bunch of little pools of water, like natural springs, that are all cursed. So if you fall into
in
them, you will become cursed. And that's Ranma's curse.
And they all have the same story, just a little variance in them.
Right. So,
So the
Are there like good curses? Anything like that's dope?
no,
Like,
it's exactly the same thing. You just when Rama fell in the pool where a young beautiful redhead fell in and drowned.
Yeah.
His father fell in the pool where a panda fell in and drowned.
So now, yeah, every
You
time
become
cold water touches
that
them,
person or whatever.
they become the curse.
Yeah.
Ranma becomes a girl, and his dad becomes a panda.
There's other
But you have to
characters-
drown though, right?
No, you don't have to drown.
No, you just have to like
No.
touch
That-
the water. You just fall in the pool.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so like, what happens if I don't know, like a fucking like an apple fell into the water and like melted or some shit, or like
Then you
boiled?
better hope there's
No,
no
you
cold
become
water.
it has to be like sentient. It has to
Okay. Okay.
like well, the best girl, Shampoo, she
Shampoo.
turns into a cat.
Cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
And then there's,
there's
one
a
dude
character,
that turns
Goose.
into he turns
He
into
turns
a
into
goose.
a
Into a
duck.
goose. Yeah.
And then there's Ryoga, who
Ryoga.
turns into the pig.
Bitchin'.
So I guess you have to like. So we
And
gotta start
then-
labeling this shit because it sounds like Emperor's New Groove. Or like, oh, you this vial or this vial. It's like, all right, well, you drink this, fucking llama. You drink this one, you're a goddamn
So-
dragon.
one-
There's a tour guide that's trying to
Yeah.
talk Ranma and his dad out of training there. He's like, no, trust me, guys. You really
You don't
don't
want
want to, but they're not listening to him, right? Because they're pig-headed, stubborn dudes. And they're like, no, we're going to train here and we're going to become
gonna be
instant
cool.
Gokus. Yeah. So,
He always shows up like he's saying the same speech. He just and this is the pool where the young beautiful woman drowned, and then the dad falls in like this is the pool.
so there is a dude, like, literally telling you, don't. Please don't. Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah.
But no one ever listens to him.
So you might have to send me this one. If it's like super funny, I might have to watch
It
it.
is
It is
really
funny.
It is
sounds
really
it
Yeah.
sounds pretty dope.
There's
But yeah.
also a final boss of fucking dudes that get changed into an animal.
Pantyhose?
Yeah, where a bunch of animals get drowned into the fucking pool,
And he
then
becomes a chimera, pretty much.
Okay,
He's
yeah.
like this big ass bull motherfucker.
Is it like
wings.
is it like a minotaur, chimera, like
Yeah,
phoenix
yeah.
type deal? Okay.
And his whole thing is he's trying to get revenge on what his
Haposai?
on Haposai, 'cause of the name they gave him. He named him fucking pantyhose.
But yeah, so that's the thing with Ranma is that like it's kind of a social commentary on how like it's not equal, and you know there's characters. Haposai is like the lecherous old man,
Yeah.
and he gets away with it. Why? Because he's a dude, like, and it's played for laughs. And Urusei Yatsura has some of that in it, where the main character, the main boy character, right? Not Lum, the main guy, he's like this lecherous pervert kind of character as well, and he's supposed to like grow a little bit throughout the adventures of Urusei Yatsura.
Okay.
And it's just something that I've been wanting to check out for the longest time because I've been a fan of Ranma. Like it's one of
Yeah.
the earliest like anime that I
It's
remember.
one of
Me
those
watching.
too.
I keep hearing about. Like if you gotta watch anime, this has to be in your list somewhere.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like it's required watching. If you're an old weeb from our time.
Back in the day, much of the old people.
Yeah.
Not the young man here, but the old
Tape
people.
trading was a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now that it's back, and now that we have like the Crystal or the Brotherhood version or the Kai version, whatever you want to call it, it's totally on my list. Like, I was
Okay.
like, okay, I want to check this out. Like, I'll probably still end up watching the original at some point, but watching this, this HD one that follows the manga closer is definitely something that's on my list, and I'm gonna watch when I can.
Well, the last anime that I heard is coming back that I'm upset about. 'Cause this is one of the few animes from the 90s or the early 2000s that I watched as a kid on Toonami and Adult Swim. I'm not big for like the whole not medieval post-apocalyptic desert gunslinger type western. It's not a big genre for me. But I loved Trigun as a kid. Trigun was so fucking dope.
All grew up on Trigun.
And the unfortunate part is that they're doing this thing again where they take anime and they make it 3D.
Yeah,
And
I'm not feeling that design.
I don't know.
like, first of all, his hair is not spiky anymore like it used to be. Now it's like smooth and laying down, and
Flat.
he looks a lot younger. Like I know he can't age. It looks like he's 18 now instead of like being 25.
Is it still
Yeah.
Johnny Allen Bosch playing?
I think it's still the same.
The
voice
same,
actors.
yeah.
because I
I
kept
think
hearing
so.
that they were going to change him. I was like, no, you can't.
No, he's iconic.
He made that role.
And he made it funny, especially in the dub. Like he made it
Yeah.
hilarious. So I'm just kind of hoping that if it is 3D, I guess they're doing this because it's cheaper. Like, is it a whole lot cheaper to make these characters more 3-dimensional?
It's not. Yes and no. So the thing with it is that it's cheaper in the long run.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing of time where it's like traditional animation takes a
Takes a
lot
long-
of time.
yeah.
It takes a long time to put out a traditionally, 2D animated show. 3D CG animation is more expensive up front,
Okay.
but it's all models. Like it's all models that you manipulate,
yeah.
or you can, have someone wear a mocap suit and
Move
make
them around.
move.
Because
It's
once you
all-
have those models,
It's faster.
yeah,
It's just
so
a
it's
lot
just
faster.
quicker. You crank them out. You crank out a season, and in half the time it takes you to 2D animate one.
I guess so. That's tough, man. That's tough because like as greedy as we are to have things like we want to stream it now. If you want a new season by next 3, 4, 5 months from now.
Oh shit! How long we waited for JoJo?
I can be
Step it up.
patient.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
I can be patient if you do it good. I mean, because think about a man like I waited. One Punch Man season 1 came out in 2015.
Oh.
And 2015 was 2015, 2016. We didn't get season 2 till last year. So it was like a 6-7 year difference in time.
I had thought Attack on Titan was dead.
Oh,
until
dude.
it came back.
It was
It
so,
came back with a vengeance.
took the world by storm.
And
Also,
now it's like, oh yeah, we're in the final season. Part two.
one.
Part 2 is coming out next week, and then the final season, part 3, coming out after that. And if we run out of time, maybe we'll do a part 4.
but it looks beautiful though. Like they went all out for the animation for Attack on Titan, and I'm assuming because it makes them a lot of money, they can afford to have all these animators and these creators all work on this one studio. Would Trigun be a little bit older? Perhaps it's one of those things of they want to use the name, but they may not believe in it having a big resurgence. And so it's like, well, how can we kind of budget this to, it might not work, but if it does work, we might make our money back. We save some money on 2D animation. Who knows?
Yeah. And kind of piggybacking off that, because it's the same creator, and I didn't know this until like 3 days ago. Gungrave is coming back.
Gungrave, yeah.
Oh, shit.
They're making a new Gungrave game, and it comes out like next week. It's like, what the fuck?
I remember watching that anime, and then at one point I was like, "Aw."
Yeah, I remember I bought the game and then I was like, oh, there's an anime about it. And so like I beat the game and then I started watching. I actually found the anime in Walmart. I was like,
Oh, yeah, I'm
yes,
thinking of
score.
Gunx Blade.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
no.
thinking about
Gun X Sword.
Gunx Sword. That one point in the anime, you're just like, wait, what? That happened? That? No, Gungrave. Yeah, I barely found my copy of Gungrave for PS2.
Dude, I still have it somewhere.
I don't even remember how that game played.
It was very like spammy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
a while, it was a super rare game. It was like $200 at one point. I looked it up. Now
Jeez.
it's like,
Damn, I
I looked it
didn't
up
know.
now. Now it's like, oh, we can get it for like $5 now.
I mean,
Well, shit.
I mean, what console did it come out for?
PS2.
It was on
PS2.
PS2.
Bro, let me tell you how I Never mind. Let me not incriminate
we
myself.
don't
But
want some of the shows now.
I ain't gonna do it. I figured out how to play Tenkaichi 2 again. I was lit. But anyways,
But yeah, we went through PS3 and PS4 without any whiff of Gungrave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah,
Oh,
we're,
yeah.
we're making another one. The fuck?
Oh, really?
By the way, but like,
Jill's
because
Gungrave?
let me see, Trigun, because like I bought the whole manga series and whatever, and I read through it, and like it was, at the end they would always advertise Gungrave and stuff, and like, oh look, go buy it, go play it. And I was like, okay, I will, and that's why I did.
well, switching off from what we are looking forward to coming back, let's go to things we wish would go away. And I'll start off with the biggest one. Here's an anime I think this needs to be done. We gave it a chance. We thought it was gonna be good. It's trying to be a sequel series. Is in the chat. All right, Hey, Chad, take a guess on what you think it is. Which one's the chat button for? Chad, what do you think? What anime do you think I'm talking about? What anime should go away that's currently still ongoing right now that it should just be disappeared forever?
How many people are on right now?
9.
9.
9.
But then I'm paying attention. I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to spoil it. Boruto. Sorry.
Yeah, Key got it.
Let's go. Oh, my Key. Bro, Key, thank you. And let me tell you right now that I'm reading the Boruto manga. It's lit. It's dope. There's some really good things going on. Some really good plot stuff that's going on.
It's weird because I enjoy the characters in Boruto. I just do not enjoy Boruto.
I don't enjoy Boruto
That was
as
the
a
same
character.
problem I had with Naruto. I was like, man, my boy Rock Lee, he's the
Rock Lee.
best.
Like even then, I'm like, man,
This Sasuke kid sucks. Get rid of him.
Naruto's way more interesting than his fucking son.
Oh yeah, him as an adult just trying to run the village is way more interesting than him being a kid. And like I know we've gotten past this whole thing. I remember back in my day, right? The ninjas in Naruto were more stealthy, less flashy, less about the magical abilities that they have and stuff like that. And it's to the point now where like I don't care how cool these knuckleheads look as far as a potential time skip and hey, just wait for it. It's gonna get better. Just give it a chance.
Gotta want to wait for it.
It's been how long since Boruto's been out? 5 years?
Yeah, it
been a few
hasn't really
years.
moved much.
I actually didn't even like bother with it. I was like, I'm
tried
done.
watching it and I was like, I like the side characters. I really don't like the main character.
I usually don't like the main character.
It's like even with Naruto, at least Naruto has cool fight scenes, and Boruto doesn't have no cool fight scenes.
No.
Everyone else has cool fight scenes except Boruto.
No, and I feel like
He's a cheater.
No, and they cheap out. Like you know when they cheap out. They put money into it when Naruto and Sasuke are doing combo moves and doing cool stuff.
They fucking rotoscope for them and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
They
But
bust out the rotoscoping, and then for Boruto's like, just have him like disappear a lot. We'll just use frames for that shit.
no, and,
Draw that log over and over again.
the law.
Fucking log.
No, so like again, it's become a meme to where we get we got this shit here. This is your main character. This is the kid you want us to follow. And like that took off because like it was just sad animation. It was a sad plot line and like the tiny face one. Yeah. And I just think Boruto's one of those things.
There's also one point where the animation took a really huge dip.
Yeah.
Really huge dip. And you see them running and they're just like bouncing up and down.
They're just bouncing
to simulate that they're running.
I've seen some clips.
They're just getting like the models just like that's all they're doing to animate them looking like they're running.
Am I beef with it now? Is that like animation can be bad? Sure, whatever. It's hard to make a story about this sequel series in Naruto when they're in peacetime, right?
Yeah.
Because we grew up with the tuning exams thinking that everybody's gonna die. Like I don't care who you are. Like if you get caught by the wrong ninja, because like listen, they went from the tuning exams in Naruto being like this is the life or death. Like there's no rules in this force. If you get murked, that's it. That's your ass. You're done. The end. We're not gonna rescue you. We're not gonna save you. This is you versus all of them, and you either pass or fail. So you can either hide like a bitch and live, or you can fight it out and hopefully survive. And nowadays, for Boruto, what was that tuning exam arc they had? Where like you have to guess what the right question is. If not, you fall into a pit and you get covered in paint. It's like this is just so PG now, and I was like, it's sad. We got to go guard this
It's
movie
the
actor.
PG era of Naruto.
No, and
We grew up on
That's
the Attitude Era, man.
That's just anime in general now. Everything's so censored. You gotta add those shadows in there to cover the gore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cover the cigarette smell. And even Dragon Ball, you see it
lollipops.
now. You're like, there should be more bruises on
Yeah,
that
Super
motherfucker.
doesn't really have like that much of the blood. It's just like the little slashes
They
of
just
the
go-
cuts and stuff, and that's
and I've said for years that I think Dragon Ball for its best violence was in the movies. Dude, I think Bardock is my favorite movie of all time when it comes to Dragon Ball because it got raw. Like you see him blow people up, people bleed. There is actual blood in the Bardock movie when you first see him.
Headband.
I was about to say his headband is literally
Just
soaking
his
in
friend's
blood.
Just,
So his friend's
oh,
blood.
it's right now. I'm putting it on my head.
And so, I mean, Boruto should go away. I think. Is there any other anime that you feel like it just needs to like? All right, you had your time. It's got to
Dragon
go.
Ball superheroes.
That's
Superheroes. Okay, yeah.
it's promotion for a game. It's
know, but
whack as fuck. No,
just-
it's stupid.
I can't. I try watching it and I just
It makes no sense.
this is getting worse by the minute. Oh my god,
There's the-
how the fuck is fucking metal cooler golden now? What the fuck? He's a robot.
Yeah, no, because it's to sell toys, man. Like I hate how they monetize Dragon Ball Z to print money with all these mobile games. Well, you guys play the mobile games with all these mobile games and video games in Japan and stuff like that, where they don't care, dude. We just had a movie where like Piccolo turns orange and Gohan also has white hair, and it's kind of like, what are we doing? Like we're color palette swapping all this nonsense.
But which they
Trying to
took.
get
They
money.
took from what's the Gohan verse thing. You ever seen the animation? The Gohan verse has been doing Gohan Blanco for a while, and it's to do it as a parody. And they do a video where that Gohan goes to Toei's office and he's like, "Where's my money, Toei?" Gohan verse did El Blanco first, Toei. Just destroying the headquarters and shit. It's a very funny video.
Again, back in my day. Mystic Ultimate Gohan, that was capped. That was like Gohan can't get any better as long as he trains and gets his form back. He can still be a badass. And now it's kind of like once they did it with him and Piccolo at once, I'm like, damn, we're just gonna keep swapping. What's it called? Palette swapping colors.
It's great that they made them relevant again in terms of power scaling. I just wish they went about it a different way than the way they did in the movie.
Yeah, it just seems like they put him in these situations in the movie where like what God was, hey, let's put our hands in a circle and hope for the best and pray that we get a new form out of a Super
I
Saiyan
still
guy.
haven't seen the movie.
Don't even bother.
The animation is amazing. The animation is amazing.
It is good.
You'll probably fall in love with Gamma 2. I mean, there's some good fan service in there. Especially towards the end, like the final fight has a lot of fan service, a lot of callbacks to it. There's just some decisions that they made that I wish they would have done it differently.
I wish I guess can we talk spoilers for the superhero movie? Does anybody care? Well, I won't say spoilers, but like there is if we're gonna bring back Frieza, there was a character I wanted to bring back for a long time, and they kind of did, but not in the best way possible.
No,
And you know what I'm talking about. They could have brought him back with a vengeance in the most badass way possible, and like maybe somehow he retained the memories of like how he first originally died, and he could like turned up and like just completely took out everything. Or matter of fact, if you want to go a step beyond, shoot, whatever. The doctor going to be like, all right, so what is this cat thing? What is this cat thing that they worship so much? Or what about the hair of this angel? And we threw them in together and made some kind of cocktail, and boom, here's this new badass version of this perfect being that was whooping everybody's ass, and that's not like 3 stories tall. We had a cool callback to Slug when Piccolo grew, but outside of that, I was kind of like, this is like it's all fan service. It's like, hey, remember this thing? Remember Berries, the anime? So I was not a big fan of the Super movie.
What's funny about it is that they got the original voice actor to do the voice too. And Akira Toriyama was like, if I had knew they were going to go that far, I would have made the role a lot better. I would have actually written them to have more lines than just scream for fucking 10 minutes straight.
No, that was painful. Cause I'm like, they could have done that. Like, they made it like Bio Broly. For me, that's the same level of Bio Broly as far as the villain goes.
I mean, I still enjoyed it a lot, but I still think the Super Broly is probably the top of the food chain when it comes to Dragon Ball movies.
It was
Oh, yeah.
much better. Yeah. JJ, can you think of anything else anime wise that you just need to go away? We said Inuyasha earlier.
Well, yeah, kinda. For
Yashihime?
me, and I mean this like with all like love and respect.
Uh-oh. Here you go.
Hot take.
Oh, shoot. We were about to
Oh,
fight.
boy.
Hold on. What are you about to say?
Boy.
I don't like that the final season is part 1 and part 2 and part 3. I think Attack on Titan should have ended already.
I agree. Okay, all right. I think we start talking shit about One Piece. I'm gonna get mad.
No. One Piece needs to go on forever. I need to be in the ground before
Yes.
One Piece ends.
So what exactly is going on in Attack on Titan that they need to divide it into 3 parts?
That's the thing.
They did the Harry Potter thing.
I'm not. Yeah, so I haven't been really keeping up with Attack on Titan. I kind of missed the train on that one, but Seabass was still watching it, and when I lived with Seabass, he was like, watching the final season as it premiered, like keeping up with it, whatever. And I'm like still working in my room, and I just hear him go, "Motherfucker!" What happened? He's like, they're dividing this shit into like two or I don't know how many fucking parts, but this shit ain't over yet, and it should be fucking over.
That's true. I hate it when they divide shit like that. I mean, I get them trying to like, try to tell it like right or whatever, but I hate it when they divide it like that in the sense of like, oh, we just wanted to go on, or we just want to get more money out of it, or whatever, and it's just like,
honestly,
annoying.
I'd rather them just make it a movie. Make it a game, like make it a huge, big budget in the movie, hour and a half, call it a day. You don't have to keep stretching this thing out as long as you have been, because the whole parts thing is kind of like, all right, y'all made us wait, I don't know, a fucking decade from season 1 to season 2, and then we gotta go through all these long breaks and parts. It's like, come on, just get it done with.
Just stop.
Oh, someone asked you what King and Asha. We actually just talked about King and Asha earlier.
Yeah.
Is that all? Edward, you think of anything else you want to go away, or Maggie?
We'll add to the earlier about the animes that's coming back that I want to see. Konosuba is coming back. I don't know if anybody's watched that.
You know what? I don't care anymore, dude. I the first season was actually kind of funny, but after that, I was kind of like, I don't care for Konosuba. I just can't get into it. It's not funny enough for me. Like it gets pretty damn silly. Like getting turned on by paying this chick. I'm like, bro. I'm like, come on now. It's just kind of whack. Oh, and I'll do you one more. I know you love Konosuba. I'll do you one more. I think that Shield Hero is ass. I think that's a bad. I think it's a whack ass anime. Like I really tried to. The first season's actually kind of dope. Towards the end of it, I'm like, ah.
The only thing that kept me watching a Shield Hero was because I saw the TikTok of when he gets betrayed by the girl. I was like, man, that sucks for that dude. And then I saw like the other TikTok where he finally gets revenge. And like, I have to see what happens.
What's going on here?
I have to see how that feels. And then finally see it happens. Like, you get it, man.
And that was worth it. That was worth seeing that. But now he's kind of respected. Like him having the society be kind of against him working his way up with his friends to become better. That's, even though it's a very not fickle. I guess a very standard run of the mill plot line. It's still fun to see because like he got screwed over real bad. But it's still
it feels
important
like
to save
something
the world.
that should not have been resolved in one season.
Nah, I mean, I think honestly, I think it should just been one season. Period. Just honestly, just one season. Period. I don't know what they're dragging it out to be. I tried to watch 3 episodes of the new season last month, and I don't know what's happening. Like, I just like we're still trying to fight the gates or the timer or some demons coming out of nowhere. Like I'm just so confused. So I think it's done. It needs to go away.
He changed says Attack on Titan Junior High needs to come back. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Chat. Is there any anime you guys want to go away? Help me get us my creative ideas.
We already talked about Boruto.
Yep.
Talk about.
Well, I'm hoping to see Yu Hakusho make a comeback because I've been seeing like a lot of resurrection interest because I know that it seems like they're re-releasing like the manga because I got volume 1 for like the $9.99 instead of like I've seen it go up to like $50, you know.
My Hero Academia.
And the same with like the DVDs and stuff like that. And they're also releasing the figures.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay, there's this like resurrection of it, and I think it'd be really cool to like
Oh shit, that is
to
true.
see that.
Simpsons Death Note parody there tonight.
A Simpsons Death Note parody tonight?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
It was
yeah.
the Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah, Lisa finds a Death Note.
Yeah, that's right.
you know what? I actually will tune into that. It actually sounds kind of fun. Fun fact, I never finished Death Note, and I never
neither
watched
have I.
all of it.
Oh,
But I did read the manga.
intros were fire though.
I didn't watch all of it, but I did read the whole manga.
I know I didn't read the whole manga. I read the manga that talked about the next guy that got the Death Note because like it was a one shot, and so it was kind of controversial because it ends with it acknowledges Trump as our president. And how Trump got the Death Note. I was like, all right. I was like, okay, like I gotta see where this goes from here. That's a pretty cool one shot.
Is he like checking out though when he gets the Death Note?
we go
because it's supposed to be a bunch of one shots.
I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but
And
like
I know one of them is some guy walks up to Ryuk and offers him an apple.
Yeah.
And the theory is that's supposed to be Light.
really,
Oh.
That was the theory going around, but nobody knows who that guy was. The one
No.
that offers Ryuk the apple at the end of those one shots.
no, because this was this one shot was a sequel to the main series because it takes place afterwards, and people acknowledge the Death Note that exists, that is real. And Light is like super famous after his murders. Okay. Well, let's wrap up the show real fast. We're going on 2 hours, and I love talking to y'all. We have 18 viewers now, so thank you guys for coming back. You guys just doubled in the last half hour. I do want to ask, what anime do you not understand? You don't understand the fan base. You don't understand why people like it. You just don't understand the characters. You don't understand the show. Like, what anime do you not understand? You just cannot get into it.
Sorry, JJ, but One Piece.
No.
What? How dare you? You don't understand One Piece?
It's just so long. I don't have the patience.
No,
for
there's
it to
a list.
Sit there and just like,
No.
like I don't have the.
Are you going anywhere? Like,
Yes.
where? To the One Piece? Because there's already a show giving you the guide.
No, the thing is, I tried. Like, I tried reading the manga, and I had a lot of fun with it, and then I just got really tired, and I just couldn't anymore. And I just
Try it
like
again.
try again. Like, it's not like, oh, you like One Piece or anything like that. It's more like, oh, okay, you have the time and the energy, and I just gave up on it. It was the same with like Inuyasha. After a while, I was like, there's so many episodes, and I just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. You know, like I know Sesshomaru's hot, and that's all I need, and you know.
I was
end.
talking to somebody about how when I checked out on Inuyasha, it's when he finally gets his sword powered up to break the barrier.
Yeah.
Just
The
to
red
find
one?
out. Yeah, just find out.
The red one?
Oh wait, there's another barrier. So go power up your sword again to break this barrier. I'm like,
Yeah, it was
fucking
just
damn it.
way too much. I tend to just drop anime when it's just like I like them shorter.
No, and I'm the same way. We live in a day and age where like we consume media on a high amount, and so like I say for Netflix shows, anime, everything, you got to keep between 8 to 12. 10 being the perfect number, 8 to 12. So either if it's really good, 12. If you got really something to say, 12. If you understand that your story can be short and sweet, 8, sometimes 6, but 6 is never enough. 8 was the lowest you can go. Honestly, that's the fault of everything. Inuyasha is funny you say that because I'm like, I forgot his sword got like. He got the Tetsaiga had like the wind scar, and it was like it fucking shooting diamond needles, and then what else? It went red for some reason. I forgot.
so he could break the barrier, and then there's another barrier.
It's
so
like,
now he has to go get it, power it up
Yeah,
again to break
do
it
it again. And it's like it's just so much.
I think one of my pet peeves about Inuyasha is that bro, somebody has the most busted ability in the world, and for some fucking reason, it was every single time. For some fucking reason, these goddamn bees.
The murder hornets.
Imagine like you write this character so busted. Like, all right, bro, listen, I have the one shot hand. Like, here's the one shot hand. I will fuck up everybody right now. What the fuck is that? Goddamn, the bees are here.
Goddamn bees.
Goddamn
The
bees.
poison.
The fucking poison's gonna poison. I can't fight to use my
How
ability.
the fucking poisons him? It's a fucking black hole in his hand.
It makes no sense. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't know. Maybe like I guess
Because he doesn't get
absorbs
fat if he eats a whole
things
cow.
No.
to a certain degree. I don't
I'm like, he's absorbed way worse creatures than the fucking hornets. But it's like, yeah, these hornets are so poisonous. But like, here's the thing though. Anytime the wind, every time he's like pulling the beads off, whole different fight going on. Goddamn swarm hornets just pop up.
They just, like,
off
come out of
screen.
nowhere.
Just off screen.
Like,
I'm
oh.
I can win. I can win the fight right now. But I guess
Goddamn bees.
goddamn bees.
Where do these bees keep coming from? Yeah.
The bees follow him around.
Don't worry, I'm coming. Oh shit, there's bees.
Fucking
No.
bees.
Song, get the instinct repellent. The bees are back.
Oh, but no, like, yeah. I'm trying to think. Anime, I don't know why you don't like One Piece. We got to find you an anime list to skip filler because there's a lot of good stuff in
know.
One Piece.
Like I've seen
I know
some
what
I've seen
mine
some
is,
clips
and-
online of like One Piece, and I'm like, oh, like
Well,
that's
your
really
problem
good
there. You're
and
getting
stuff.
it spoiled
Yes,
because
exactly.
Like,
look, Whole Cake took me a while to get through, not because it was bad, but because I already knew some of the cliff notes. It was like, I know this is happening. I know this is happening. I'm just going through the motions right now until we get to the parts where I don't know what's happening.
Well, the thing is that like I still don't like I don't get that many to the point where I can actually like piece things together. So I'm just like I can see
Everything's connected.
I know everything's connected.
There's a whale.
but like I'm saying I can see
There's a whale that shows up in like episode 30, and he doesn't become important again until like episode 300.
And he's
like I can see the allure and all that stuff, but it's just way too fucking long for me, and I can't.
No. You're just weak.
I admit it. I'm weak. It was just like I said. It's the same thing with Inuyasha, and I got like so frustrated with fucking Kagome and Kikyo, and like, why the fuck are you still with this fucking Inuyasha when Koga's like right there? Like, come on, you know.
I mean, that's facts though. That whole reincarnation thing that did go long.
Like what the fuck is
I can tell you right now, I don't understand Food Wars. I don't.
Oh, yeah,
understand
Food Wars.
That's mine too.
Food
Yeah,
Wars.
I'm just like, yo,
I can get on that.
because like I'll give people some credit. Like for some reason, when it comes to animation, people make food look like it's the most delicious thing in the world.
It's really good.
Because we were saying the other day in the car that when we were kids and we were watching what was it? Land Before Time.
the
the
leaf.
tree star.
Fucking the tree star looked like some gourmet shit. I was like, hey, they made the tree star taste like
It's like
some
juicy and delicious.
the greatest salad of all time. And then Food Wars is kind of like this. The food sparkles, like it shines. Everything's prepared so beautifully, and I'm like, I know, like in One Piece is the same thing with Sanji. You can have this perfect looking plate of just whatever sauce and meat and vegetables on top of it, and it's like this beautiful, perfect looking rice. I know it's curry. I have curry all the time.
Yeah.
Curry, bro. And they make sure they cry when they eat. I'm like, ain't no curry that's delicious.
It knocks your clothes off.
Doesn't make you come in your pants though.
That's what I'm saying.
My thing is that like I actually really like cooking, so like I do go out of my way to learn actual recipes
Yes.
and like buy like ingredients that I wouldn't normally use
Right.
sometimes. And so to watch like something like Food Wars, it's like, okay, but how do I make it?
How do I add this sparkle?
I don't want the cockteas here. Like I want to actually eat this. Like I know there's rice on there and I know there's an egg on top. Like how?
Yeah.
Teach me, please.
JJ, you want a better version of Food Wars was back in the early 2000s?
Fighting foodons?
Yes. No, I honestly rather than remake Fighting Food over Food Wars. And then you got your Haikyuus and you got your dude, I almost was into Prince of Tennis when Toonami was around. I was like, damn.
Oh, my brother was into Prince
I was like,
of
Prince
Tennis,
looks badass. I'm like, I can't get into sports anime.
Mare
was slapped.
good.
And I got to go back and find it. That and Zatch Bell
Zach,
were some.
Zatch is something that I want them to bring back.
Yes.
Because it never finished.
Did it not?
It never finished.
I don't think so. Yeah, that's true, right?
The anime never finished. I think the manga did like close off its run and it gave it a proper ending.
Okay.
But they never finished the anime. The anime kind of just like it petered out.
Yeah.
So
I remember now.
with Shaman King coming back, like that was the big reason I rewatched Shaman King.
Really?
Because that first season is just like
It's a little slow.
It's the same.
Yeah.
I know what happens. But yeah, I heard rumors that like the same people that were working on bringing back Shaman King were also in talks of bringing back Zatch Bell. So I was like, so you're telling me if I watch Shaman King, Zatch Bell will come back?
I'm the same logic. Yep.
All right.
Okay. You know what? Because chat said it, and I will mention it. Who said it? I can't recall who was talking about it, but they're mentioning that's like, hey, have you guys seen Tokyo Revengers?
Tokyo Revengers?
And I'll admit, I was like, Tokyo Revengers season 1 or like the beginning of it, that shit went hard. It was a good mystery, but it was funny because this chick kept dying no matter what the fuck you did. So like, what's the point of all this, bro? I was like, you over here getting your ass beat as a kid to say this one girl, I totally understand your struggle. But she would just die out of nowhere no matter what, or your buddies would still live terrible lives or get arrested. And like watching these other badass characters, they really care about each other. You know, they're kind of hoodlums. But it did kind of evolve into like this weird punk warfare, and I can only watch so many big fights in a junkyard or parking lot or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And for me, it just kind of fell off, and so I don't understand it anymore. And SAO, don't understand it.
Oh,
I
that one
kind
too.
of liked
couldn't get it as
Alicization, the last
That
season,
one-
but
And I'm saying this as somebody who watched all of season 1 and 2 and Gun Gale, and I still don't get it.
I liked Gun Gale.
It was all right.
Gun Gale was alright.
It was alright.
I mean, well, the bar wasn't very high.
I was enjoying it until the MC figured out you can use a sword in it, and I'm like, come on, bro.
Dude.
well, no, I'm talking about the other one, the spin-off one.
Oh yeah.
Because there was what the hell was it called? It was kind of like Soul Eater Not, where it follows the side characters.
Oh no!
But no, this was actually good because it doesn't follow Kirito. It's like,
What, Alicization?
no, not Alicization. There was another one with Sword Art where it doesn't follow Kirito, and it's set in Gun Gale. And I was like,
Really?
This is actually good.
Okay.
Like, this is watchable.
I'm about to go back and check it out then, because yeah, it was. I keep trying to give it hope because like I'm like if they keep making these, it has to be good somewhere. Like it has to be good somewhere. People love this for a reason. Like why am I not understanding this?
Sword Art.
And I kept fighting. I fought through all these episodes.
I watched
Didn't like it.
So I was kind of in the same boat as you because I think they were already up to Alicization when I finally like watched and paid attention to season 1 of Sword Art. Because when it was on Toonami, I would like keep it on the background, and so I knew somewhat what
Me
was
too.
going on. And it wasn't until I actually like fully watched it and paid attention I was like, oh, I already got the whole story when I was watching it in the background, because it starts off where it's like we're trapped in here and we're just gonna have to make life work somehow. And then like by episode 3, yeah, he's the bad guy. Like there's no resolution. There's no like mystery. That the commercials made it seem like it's this long ass epic tale of 26 episodes.
It's just watch Dot Hack.
Until we get to that fucking villain, until we
Yeah.
figure out who it is, and until someone gets strong enough to fight him. And it's like, nah, it's 6 episodes deep, bro. 6 episodes in, you know who the
yeah,
bad
I
guy
couldn't-
is, and you know what to do to kill him.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into that one, and I couldn't get into that time I got reincarnated into a slime.
Yeah,
I'm not
me
with you.
either.
Nope.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
I just couldn't. Something about his character design just doesn't vibe with me. I don't know what it is.
For me, dude, it's not even that. It's like it's for Isekai. So that's why I don't like Konosuba either. Is that for me, Overlord and ReZero set the bar so high for Isekai for me now. I'm like, if you don't have some kind of interesting plot going on here, if it's just like overpowered, like it's one they have an overpowered protagonist or protagonist stuck in a world where like he's in very awkward circumstance. Like, so Slime is like a bad Overlord for me, right? They're doing the exact same thing. I just don't find it interesting. Konosuba is like ReZero, but funny. I just don't care that much. You know what I mean? They're both kind of doing the same thing, just in different ways of going about it.
No, it's the same thing like in the publishing world when like I'm not saying Twilight was all that great, but when Twilight came out, all of a sudden you had all these like copies of
Yeah.
Twilight, or like when Harry Potter came out, all of a sudden you're having all these like copies of Harry Potter.
clones.
Yeah, and it's just following the trend, and it's just like I think that's why I didn't get into like Sword Art, because it's like I already saw like the dot hacks. I don't want to watch something that's
I like dot hacks as a concept, but like as a kid, I was like a little kid when it came out, and so I could not get into it. My sister loves that show, but I cannot get into it either. There's a
I
lot of
couldn't get
things.
into it either back in the day. I always found it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
I like the games.
the games were yeah. I was about to say I like the games.
The games would
Also,
let you
it
like
was-
just go into like this high level area as a level 1.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was weird that when one of the animes, it was like the brother and sister, and then they were like their characters were like the main characters from the Dot Hack series.
Okay.
But like the brother and sister were kind of a little too close to each other.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm
always
like-
that.
Like, come on, Japan.
It's
We don't need to
always
see
it's always that.
Joey the Jedi, you nailed it on the head. Yes. What do you say? Log Horizon is a better SAO, and he's right on that, because Log Horizon did it way better. Now, of course, I like the threat of if you die, and SAO, like you're dead for real. I like that plot line. It didn't really go anywhere. It wasn't that really big of a threat. But like Log Horizon, yeah, you can die as many times as you want to, but I think they lose their memories if they do it too many times. They forget who they are in the real world or something like that. But they're also trying to fight a way to see if they communicate with other servers of other people to see if this is going on with anybody else to solve this mystery. And Log Horizon had a little bit of lows when they started doing like little festival shit and slice of life nonsense. And people were cooking and like all that. I'm like, all right, it's kind of lame. But when they're doing the raids, cool shit. Loved it. Before we close out, you guys can think of any. Oh, I'll say this. I don't get mech anime, man. I can't. Like, I tried. Like, I think the only Gundam that someone enjoyed as a kid was the one about like Golden Finger, Burning
Gundam?
Finger. Yeah, I don't know any of that shit. But it was
Hand of
fun.
mine glows with an awesome power.
I love how you guys know everything. 'Cause I'm like, I remember like some of the fight scenes, but I just couldn't get into it.
I used to love Gundam Wing when I was a kid.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then I tried watching it again, and I'm just like,
It's just Hero, Relina, Hero.
Inuyasha. Kakome.
and then I woke up when he fucking tells her like, "Hey, you ever invite me to your party again? I'm gonna fucking kill
No,
you."
he's like wiping her tear, and she's like, ah, and he's
He's
like,
like-
I will kill you.
I'm gonna fucking murder you in your sleep, bitch. Walks off like, God damn.
And she's just like,
And then it's like another 20 episodes just. Someone blew up. What the fuck? Who blew up? Hero blew up. Oh shit, he blew up.
it's like, oh, Catcher's going crazy now. Okay, cool.
Eureka 7 was another one for me. Where
I liked Eureka
I
7.
couldn't. I was like, I don't know what's happening. Like all these people are just talking. They're taking out the ship. Like, what's going on?
It got very weird.
Yeah. I just kind of had it in the background too, and I was like, every once in a while, I was like, what's going on now?
When I paid attention to it, I liked it. Like, the thing was, it got it took a weird turn real fast, where it's like, if you're not writing it, like,
You're gonna
that's
fall
it.
off.
You're
That's
off.
it.
You're done.
You don't know what's going on anymore.
And also, what the fuck just happened?
I think I vaguely remember this. Well, no, I specifically remember this when I was a kid. Popped on Toonami, where like there's an episode where he got caught watching porn, or he had a porn magazine, and the one girl was just trying to learn how to use makeup and stuff like that. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Like it's 1 a.m. I'm tired. I'm like,
You just stop and think about your life and what's on the TV.
That's,
It's just
when
like,
I found out it was Johnny on Bosch playing the main character, I was like, wait, what? Even he has more range than just Johnny on Bosch.
To answer your questions, Carnage, I have not watched Fruit Baskets.
Fruits Basket.
I haven't watched it.
I read most of the manga.
And I like Neon Genesis.
Yes.
I need to figure out how to properly watch Neon Genesis and properly watch Berserk. There's a lot of stuff I gotta watch. Manga's is huge.
Just read the manga.
Berserk.
Just
Read
read
the manga.
Yeah.
Read Berserk.
Read Berserk, yeah.
Neon Genesis, I would say watch the original anime.
Watch
Yes,
the original anime
the
and
original.
not the movie.
It's
Well, all right, see there you go,
movie-
everybody.
The movies you can take or
complicates
leave.
things, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really
if you
need
don't
to
like
watch.
the ending of the anime, you could just watch
You
the
could just-
movies
yeah.
and just insert that as the ending.
Okay.
Yeah. if you
That's what
want
the
to,
movies
yeah.
are really there for.
All right, so that's it. This is what I
Because
mean.
apparently people didn't get the ending, and the creator's like, okay, fine.
Well, here's
here's the movie.
got all the
Yeah.
And then he kept making another movie. Here, it can't get any clearer than this.
just fucking.
This is what's literally happening in the world right now.
In one of them, I think it was the end of Evangelion. Like, he was kind of salty about like all the hate that he was getting about the ending that
Yeah.
he wrote.
Yeah.
And so he wrote the complete opposite ending, where it's like, all right, this is what you fuckers want. Yeah, Shinji
Yeah.
jacks off to
Here you
completion.
go. He's gonna jack off to her. There you go.
The
Literally.
infamous scene in anime: Shinji jerking off on a comatose Asuka,
Oscar. Like literally to the.
and
now.
he's looking at his hand covered in jizz.
It's just
like,
covered in jizz.
I'm so fucked up.
Yeah.
Like that's what he says. I'm so
So
fucked
fucked
up.
up, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you're fucked up.
It's like I've
Yeah,
had
so
it.
don't watch the movies.
I'm not watching. I'm not gonna. I won't be tuning in. I can
Although
tell you
you
that.
might be enticed to, because the anime does end in a very weird note.
Yeah, I ended up traumatizing one of my friends because he wanted to watch it, and he wasn't very like anime acclimated, and I was like, "Dude, are you sure?" And
It's not required watching, but there's this TikTok that I got, and he's an actual priest, And
Oh yeah. I saw some of his videos.
yeah, he's been watching Evangelion, and he's like explaining some of the backstory of the angels, right? Like,
Yeah, the angel lore.
yeah. So in Evangelion, they're fighting angels, and it's not biblical, right? Like it doesn't follow the actual biblical lore. And what this guy is doing is he's just putting that biblical lore into the context and seeing what the anime actually took and did follow, like from the Bible, and what it changes. And that's kind of interesting. So if you really want to, like, if you're really into Evangelion and you want more sort of nerdy knowledge, or like to go deeper into like the lore and backstory of it, that's something that you can find.
Just to spam people in chat, so that I just want to make. I want to sound like a hater real fast. So let me run through these. Anime that I don't get. Code Geass.
Code Geass.
Code Geass. The only thing I remember about Code Geass is Spinzaku. Spinzaku was a thing.
It's just the eye.
Ghost in the Shell. Unfortunately.
Which one?
All of them. All of them.
Like the movies too. Everything.
Standalone Complex? Really? You get like Standalone Complex?
I didn't watch it. When whatever was on Toonami at the time, I was like, this is boring.
It was standalone complex.
Yeah,
I don't know if did they ever show the movies.
No, they didn't.
They showed, I think, the first movie, not the other movies.
I don't remember.
High School DxD. Let's see. People keep telling me to watch Spy Family, but like
Spy Family's great.
I'll
great.
check it out.
Great. It's the cutest shit. Bro.
I'll check it out. But like
you know how
loved.
waifus are a thing.
yeah.
Well, in this show, Datarus are a thing now. You want to have this girl's like, oh, I'm gonna adopt you now. You're my kid now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you grow up into a healthy person and be proud of you when you graduate from college.
Okay. Fooly Cooly.
Oh, I like Fooly.
I like
I
it.
didn't. As a kid, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is some random shit that's happening.
You
right
just
I did
go in the
not
right.
watch Progressive or the other season they did.
Oh yeah, I completely missed that one.
Yeah, I didn't watch those either.
But I like the original Fooly Cooly.
Yeah, mostly for the art style, the music, especially the
The
music.
music. Yeah, that was fun.
An unforgettable soundtrack.
Man, well, does anybody in the chat have any animes that they can't get into that people absolutely love?
I saw My Hero Academia up there. Which I've been seeing a lot of My Hero hate lately.
I don't understand. Like, okay,
I mean, I can see why they wouldn't like it.
I don't. I really don't, because I feel
think
like
it's just they
Fairy
just
Tail
don't
is
like
good.
Deku.
it's
I really think it just boils down to they just don't like Deku.
Deku as a and that's
And
tough.
it's fair because Deku does cry
a lot.
Well, he is a little.
He be
whiny.
bitching sometimes for no
And
reason.
he's like,
I will say though, as far as My Hero, because I'm caught up on the manga right now.
I can't get into One Piece or JoJo.
Leave this room.
JoJo, you're either not man enough or gay enough to like JoJo.
You got to lead the chat.
I am
now.
both. Wait, no.
I'm halfway because I like JoJo.
No, I love JoJo.
I love JoJo.
Yeah, I love JoJo. too.
For My Hero though, like Deku, he do be bitching a lot. But at the same time though, they start turning up a lot in the manga, and like we're at the season right now, like where shit's getting real. Like, and this war happening right now, shit's getting real. And
I think
there's
it
some-
takes a while.
does take a
that's
while.
what like I can see
I think
like
it's gonna
people
be
not
the-
wanting to stick around
The
for
second
that.
half of this season, where like the war is gonna. I haven't watched this new season, so I
Oh,
don't know yet.
JJ, you are
Yeah, I
some
think-
shit. You're some shit, dude.
I think I've only seen the
No,
first
I think this is
four.
gonna end with the first war. This is gonna end.
This
with
one's
the first
gonna.
one.
Yeah, that's one where like
And
I don't
then-
think this season has hit the war point just
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, it's gonna.
It's
but-
gonna like probably midway. That's where it's
but
gonna
no,
pop
next
off. I
next
feel like.
season though. Next season we're getting
some fun
Lady
shit.
Nagant. We're getting Lady Nagant. Oh God, Lady Nagant.
You been fine as hell on screen, man. Now, because I mean, we're at the point now where like Deku is the Avatar. Like, he really is like the Avatar, and it's like he has some abilities that are like busted, but he maxes out the combos. Like, he knows what to do. Let's see here, because I mean, it doesn't stop at Black Web. It gets actually pretty fucking cool. Outside of that, I guess, chat, we are all done. Marcos is disposed, and so your boy Eli had to step in a little bit and just kind of host the show. We had a nice little anime talk with some anime nerds. I have no clue how Sam and the guys normally in the show. JJ, you might have to help me out on this one. Where can they catch you at, JJ?
They can find me by searching Super Saiyan JJ pretty much anywhere.
Nice. And our taco supreme overlord, Edward.
Oh man, I want some of those.
Oh,
tacos.
you can't find me anywhere. I mean, I don't even use social media anymore.
I don't blame
You can
I
find
mean,
him.
if you have to find me somewhere, I'm usually on VR chat most of these days, which it would be Destro de Taco. Mm-hmm. Destro de Taco, all together, one word.
I might have to pop in before I leave to your place and check them out, man. Because like I had some good tacos at the airport, but I've not had any great tacos.
In the airport.
It was really good. I was hungry. It was a long flight. I got long layover. I was stuck on the plane for like 6 hours. I told you.
Okay, that was just good because you were hungry.
but they're still pretty good though.
Dude, I want some taco morales.
Well, Maggie, you know what I want? I want the people to know where they can find you at.
They can find me in their local graveyard.
Gotcha. All right. You can find me, Eli, community_Bell on my personal on Instagram. You can find me at Back to the Topic Pod on TikTok. Help us get to 160,000 followers on TikTok. We're almost there. We're at 154. We are also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I'm promoting my shit now. I'm on the show. It's my shit today, right? Anything Back to the Topic related, go find me on all platforms. Support us on Instagram, support us on TikTok, support us on YouTube. Please, we're almost at 10,000 subscribers. We're just trying to get up there. And support the Maxcellence. Go use their promo code MEX20 at the manscaped.com. Go shave your pumpkin patch or whatever the fuck.
The little light.
With a little light. Because that light, I'm telling y'all right now, that light actually helped me out one time. I had to look under the nut. And I was like, what the fuck? Where that shit at?
I really wish there was a
The light turned on.
Oh, that is a huge patch I missed.
But no, shout out everybody in the chat. Thank you for hanging out with us, all 16 of y'all. We really do appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with us, talking. Sabrina, thank you. Keychain, Key, thank you.
Goliath, thank you.
Listen, Key, I was never
Joey
talking
the
about sports.
Jedi.
I was never talking about sports. Joy
you.
the Jedi.
The light just come in handy.
Riku Hero, plant-based daddy.
Carnage, yeah.
Everybody.
All you good, fine folks out there. But with that, so here's the thing that we do back at the topic. We end the show saying, thank you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one, and we all scream, yeah. You guys want to do it?
All right.
All right.
What?
All right.
Wait, what?
And the show's over, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And with that, we'll see you on the next one. Yeah. All right, how do we do the thing?
Yeah, that part I didn't
You just
figure out.
disconnect everything.